Another key development on the Rafale M jet, Rafale M for Indian Navy. Rafale M jet has been inked. The deal has been inked, and then getting in the more, the details of this particular deal. The governments of India and France have signed an intergovernmental agreement, or an IGA, for the procurement of 26 Rafale aircraft. These are 22 single-seater, 4 twin-seater for the Indian Navy. It includes training, simulator, associated equipment, weapons, performance-based logistics. It also includes additional equipment for existing Rafale fleet of the Indian Air Force. These are pictures of the deal signing that took place earlier today. The IGA, or the Intergovernmental Agreement, has been signed by Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh and Minister of Armed Forces of France, Sébastien Lecornu. Now, the signed copies of the agreement, aircraft package supply protocol and weapons package supply protocol, were exchanged by India and French officials in the presence of Defence Secretary Shri Rajesh Kumar Singh at Nausena Bhavan in New Delhi earlier today. Abhishek is joining me live with this game-changer deal. And we know, Abhishek, why this is a critical deal, especially for our Navy. This is a Navy-specific fighter jet. Game changer with 2 aircraft carriers for us.
Oh, absolutely, Niranjan. And if you look at the details of some of the details of the deal that we have accessed, so for example, the 63,000 crore deal has transfer of technology built into it, which means everything won't be just built in France, flown to India. Much of it would also be built here. For example, the fuselage of the aircraft, of course, the engines get made there, but the maintenance of engines is going to be done here, for which the Dassault Aviation is going to set up an engine maintenance, repair and overhaul facility. Apart from that, the production facility for the fuselage would be set up here. And at some stage, we are being told that a transfer of technology mechanism to entirely build the planes here in India, like it happened in the case of the Sukhois, is also to be contemplated. So that's a big takeaway coming out of this deal, which is obviously a game changer for India's Navy, already a blue water Navy, but gets 4.5 generation cutting-edge fighter aircrafts. Now, of course, it's going to be a couple of years before the first of the Rafale's Marine come in, and then, of course, the entire set by 2030-31. And by that time, possibly, we would have signed more agreements to bolster the numbers even further. These are the details. My takeaway is that there is a transfer of technology component built in as of now for fuselage and maintenance operations, but ultimately, perhaps at some stage, for building the Rafales here only.
What makes the Rafale, Abhishek, is a layman's question, right? Many of our viewers may have that question on what makes the Rafale such a special jet for us to acquire it. The last time around, when the initial deal happened, people within India had issues with it. Of course, China has issues. China was spooked, and many within India tried to create a controversy, went nowhere. Obviously, something's right about this deal. So what is it about Rafale that makes it special?
Well, Niranjan, so the last cutting-edge aircraft that India inducted on the Air Force side were the Sukhois. In the case of Navy, we have been using, so far as our aircraft carriers are concerned, the aging vintage workhorses like the MiG-29Ks, and they have been around for about 3 decades plus. So obviously that upgrade was really needed, and this one is really cutting edge at 4.5 generation. This is the latest, most advanced fighter jet, specifically built to Indian requirements and specifications in terms of integrated weapon systems. By the way, even those weapon systems would have an indigenization component in terms of we upgrading those Rafale Marines as per our requirements, time as and when the need arises. But with the new aircraft carriers, the 2 of them with us, and with these absolutely fast max speed Rafale Marines with the Indian Navy now, it becomes a truly blue water Navy vis-a-vis a Pakistan which has just a brown water Navy with our 150 frigates and corvettes. We can carry out a proper blockade of Karachi, for example, or Gwadar now, and really flex muscle even beyond. Remember, our blue water capabilities are actually not targeted at Pakistan. They are much beyond. They are to make sure that Indian Ocean remains an area of influence for India and the Indian Navy. And the Rafales, for example, one more interesting amendment that has been made, change that has been made in the Rafale Marines is that the Rafales that IAF has, they can now do a buddy-buddy refueling of the Rafale Marines mid-air. Now that gives you an idea of the kind of distance that now Rafales and Rafale Marines taken together on board the INS Vikrant and INS Vikramaditya can do. So that really makes it really cutting-edge introduction to India's armory and particularly the Indian Navy and its aircraft carriers.
Thank you for that, Abhishek. We have a detailed explainer of what this particular jet entails and what this deal means for India. The Rafale M, manufactured by France's Dassault Aviation. It's M as in marine, Rafale Marine, M for marine. Rafale Marine is a carrier-borne combat-ready aircraft with proven operational capabilities in maritime environment. Delivery of these aircraft will be completed by 2030. That's 5 years from now, with the crew undergoing training in both France and India.